Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we're going to be talking about why it's so difficult to know exactly what you want to do in life. Just before I start this video, thank you to all those people that have subscribed, and please consider subscribing to help out the channel. I reply to every comment, and also if you follow me on Instagram I reply to every single message. So let's start with the video. Why is it so difficult to know exactly what you want to do in life? We're told from a small age that we have to decide very early on what we want to be when we're older. So that means we have to specialize quite early. So we go to school, we learn certain subjects that are first prescribed to us that we can't really choose, and then we have the choice somewhere. Whether it's in secondary school or whether it's in college, we have a choice to only study certain subjects, and these subjects are going to become our speciality, or they're going to lead to, in university or if you're in America, college, your career path. It's very difficult to know what you want to do when you're younger for many different reasons. Depending on your socio-economic upbringing, depending on where you are living, if it's a city centre, if it's a town, there are so many different things that can influence what you want to be. For example, maybe if you live in a very populated city such as London, you want a career that is very high octane, meaning like there's a lot of action. Maybe like an investment banker or a lawyer, someone that has a lot of prestige from their career and a lot of money behind it. Now, living in a city, you might be highly influenced by money. I'm not saying that other places outside the city are not, but money can be a big motivational factor in the kind of career that we choose. And that's where I think a lot of confusion comes in, which is money. So there's always this balance between the amount of money that you can earn from a job and your passion behind a career. I feel like money is a huge motivating factor, as I always say about in my videos, but money shouldn't be the only factor, and money doesn't bring you happiness, etc, etc. We've all heard it so many times, but money is a very important factor. When we're young, a lot of us think about money, and some of us who are brave venture to the path where they go with their passions, such as an artist, such as a writer. These careers are typically very, very difficult to break into and earn lots of money, but because you're driven by passion, you have this sort of happiness with your lifestyle, as in you're doing what you want to do. You might have heard the saying, if your job doesn't feel like work, then you're the luckiest person in the world, or something along those lines. So everyone wants a profession where it's not so tiring, it's not so draining, as in they'll have some sort of fun and also reap the rewards monetarily. So when you're young, you're often, depending of course on your parents, you might be persuaded into doing something that earns a bit more money, maybe being a doctor, an accountant or something like that. So that of course your influences are the people around you, so your parents. Now they of course want you to do well, and doing well in this world somehow means having a lot of money and resources, or it all boils down to resources. So if you're like me as a child, maybe you did quite well in school and you were persuaded by the teachers and your parents to pursue a career in probably science that leads to engineering, leads to being a doctor. So that's how I was like as a child. I always wanted to be a doctor, but mostly influenced by what I saw on TV, such as things like Hobby City and other doctor shows. So that's why I wanted to become a doctor. But also at the back of my mind, I didn't mind being a lawyer or someone in a high-flying office job. The biggest influence was never my parents, in my opinion. I know other people might be highly influenced by the parents, but I decided what I wanted to do based on what looked cool on the TV, such as lawyers in a courtroom, doctors operating, and so on and so forth. So as you grow older, especially in school, you have to kind of decide exactly what you want to do. And this was the most difficult part of my life when it came down to college, which was around the ages of 16 to 18. I mean, I chose my college subjects based on the fact that science was the most promising pathway, and science is this thing that you could do whatever you want after doing science, which is still true. So then I chose my subjects, which were biology, chemistry, physics, and maths. And I thought, like, what could go wrong? Like, these subjects are really, really good because I can get into pretty much anything. But little did I know how difficult they would be. This is because during secondary school, I mean, I did all the sciences and stuff like that, and it was very easy because GCSEs were a lot easier than college. And plus, college is a time where things change for you, especially from transitioning from a teenager to an adult. A lot of things change. My focus wasn't on academia, and therefore it was very, very difficult for me to do these subjects. And very early on in college and before that, I always wanted to be a doctor. I kind of still think it's very cool to be a doctor, but I definitely wouldn't want to be a doctor at this point in time, because I feel like I can help more people doing what I'm doing than a doctor can physically help, because it's dependent on your time and your hands, basically. But anyway, in the early months of college, I still kind of wanted to be a doctor, but I then quickly realized the grades that I was going to get will no way let me enter even tried to enter medicine. I quickly dropped that dream, but I knew my life would be in science. And fast forward around 10 years, my life is in science. I'm doing a PhD in biomaterials, which is like biomedical engineering, biology slash all sorts of sciences. And I'm at another crossroads where I'm about to finish my PhD and I still don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I feel like it's okay to admit this, and I feel like there's a stigma somewhere that if you haven't decided what you want to do by the time you're X years old, whether it's 20 something, then you really are just wandering around in life aimlessly and you should be ashamed of yourself. But I think it takes courage and or stupidity to admit that I really don't know what I want to do. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. They don't really know what they want to do, even when they're 40, even when they're 50. Like, they may question themselves. Did I take the right path? Am I happy? Is this what I wanted to do? Why did I get here? Maybe you pursued a career because of the money, and the money was good and stuff like that, but you haven't been fulfilled in the way that you should have. We often always go back to our childhoods for some reason, and we decide, and we always compare ourselves from when we're children. Is like, am I the person that I wanted to be as a child? I don't think this is the most healthy way of thinking, but we often do that. For some reason, we can't get away with it. So what I was trying to say in this video is it's okay not knowing what you want to do. For me personally, I still don't know what I want to do. I kind of know what I want to do in the ballpark. Like, if you watched my previous video, I said even if you gave me unlimited money, I still would want to continue in this general field of education and educating people. But as for my exact immediate next steps, I'm not entirely sure. What I thought I wanted was a postdoc, which is like a postdoctoral research position for at least 2 years at a university. So after you finish your PhD, you do a postdoc, and that's just the natural progression in the academia field. But now I'm thinking, if I don't get a postdoc, because it's quite competitive to apply, then I wouldn't actually be gutted. So that kind of got me thinking, like, is this actually what I want to do for the rest of my life? No, I don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life. I thought doing a PhD would give me a few years to think about what I wanted, but nothing really resonated with me. It's also more and more difficult to know what you want to do in life because of the new opportunities the internet has shown us. It has shown us insights in people all around the world doing careers that they never thought they would have done. The internet has just opened up this Pandora's box, it almost feels like, of things that you can do, careers that you can have whilst balancing amazing lifestyle opportunities like traveling, like having a family, having financial freedom, stuff like that. So at this point in time, I have zero regrets in the choices that I've made up to here. I mean, having a PhD is very important, and even if I didn't have the PhD, all the experience that I've gained from the journey has just opened my eyes to the possibilities of having a career that is non-traditional compared to what we were taught as a child. And we live in a new age now, the information age, or whatever you want to call it. So careers are not linear anymore. You can change career paths more easily, if that's even a word, easier than ever before. Career paths can be changed. Creativity is the new career path. If you can create something, you can live off it, and you can have the exact lifestyle that you think you want, and just pursue that and know and see if that's what you really want. So that was the point of the video. I want to let you know that even if you don't know what you're doing, even if you're a doctor, if you're a YouTuber that has 20 million subscribers, it's okay. You probably, in a sense, don't know exactly what you want to do, but it's okay. I feel that way, and you feel that way too. But let's have a discussion in the comment section below. Let me know if you feel the same way, or if you're dead set on a career and you feel like that's the best choice you ever made. But I can guarantee that human minds change, and what you thought you wanted as a child is not going to be what you want now. And like I said before, we always have to adapt. We have to know where we're going in life, and we have to make corrections to that. It's an ever ongoing process. It never ends. So thank you guys for watching this incredibly rambly video, but I thought I just wanted to vent / talk to myself on the camera, and I hope it helps someone out there. I really do want to know in the comment section below. I reply to everything in the comment section. If you add me on Instagram and message me, I will reply to every single message. Also, if you like this video, please press like. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed, because I do a lot more videos where I talk to the camera, and I feel like some of these things might resonate with you, and that will make me very happy. And as always, thank you for watching.